As stated in the previous audio videos, the highlight of the new release of schedulePros is the new cloud-based call-in reporting system. This segment of the training videos describes how to operate the call-in reporting system and how it integrates with schedulePros and Dynamics GP. The call-in reporting system accomplishes two major tasks. It computes billable activity from the arrival and departure times reported by caregivers. It instantly alerts schedulers to those caregivers that have not reported arrival times from their assigned patients' homes within a designated time interval of 10 minutes. As presented in the overview audio video, the new call-in reporting system enables caregivers to report their arrival and departure times by calling from the phones of their patients. The patient's phone numbers are stored in a database in the cloud and validated by the system when the calls are made. The arrival and departure times reported by the caregivers are also stored in the database in the cloud. The arrival and departure times saved in the cloud are imported into schedulePros on the server where total hours worked are computed for each caregiver, and subsequently total billings per patient and total compensation per caregiver are computed. Billing and compensation information computed by schedulePros flows into the accounts receivable, sales order processing, accounts payable, and payroll modules in Dynamics GP. Perform the following steps to process call-in transactions from the cloud. Open the call-in time processing dashboard and select the button titled Import Employee Call-in Time. Transactions are imported from the cloud and loaded into the schedulePros database when this button is selected. Close the call-in time processing dashboard and open the 1500 transaction entry window. After opening this window, enter a cutoff date and select the button titled Import Cloud Timesheets. When this button is selected, the system processes the call-in transactions imported in the previous step and creates transactions containing billable hours along with billable amounts and compensation amounts for caregivers providing home care to patients. Let's walk through this process using our hypothetical caregiver, Pilar Ackerman, and a hypothetical patient named John Doe. Pilar Ackerman is a registered nurse with a base pay rate of $38 per hour, an hourly travel allowance of 75 cents, an hourly billing differential of $1.25, and an hourly pay differential of 75 cents. John Doe is a patient requiring home care from a registered nurse billable at $55 per hour, and additional hourly billing and pay differentials of $5 and $3 respectively. Looking at John Doe's schedule, we see that Pilar Ackerman is scheduled to provide John Doe with home care on May 4th, May 5th, May 7th, and May 8th. Nothing is scheduled for Sunday, May the 6th. Note that this schedule was uploaded to the cloud previously, and Pilar Ackerman has provided home care to John Doe and reported his times into the call-in reporting system. We are now going to import this information from the cloud into schedulePros. We open the call-in time processing dashboard and select the button titled Import Employee Call-in Time. After the import is complete, we close the call-in time processing dashboard and open the 1500 transaction entry window. After opening this window, we enter a cutoff date of May 8th, 2012 and select the button titled Import Cloud Timesheets. And we are done. Let's look at the results. We see that Pilar has actually worked 5 consecutive days, from the 4th through the 8th, including the unscheduled date of Sunday, May the 6th. Notice that the billable and payable amounts are computed and the computations are displayed when the cursor is positioned on either amount. For example, the amount of $450 is billable for care provided on Friday, May 4th, based on the rate of $55 per hour and an additional employee differential of $1.25. Notice that the billing rate for care provided on Saturday includes a $5 weekend differential, and the compensation includes a $3 weekend differential. The transactions also include hours for unscheduled care provided on Sunday, May the 6th. One final matter to bring to your attention. Note that only 7.5 hours are reported for care provided on Monday, May the 7th, where Pilar's starting time is 11:15 a.m. A look at the actual call-in reporting times reveals why. Pilar was scheduled to start at 10:45 a.m., but he reported his arrival time at 11:01 a.m., 16 minutes after the scheduled start time. If a caregiver is more than 5 minutes late, the system rounds up to the next 15-minute interval to determine the arrival time. In Pilar's case, the next 15-minute interval is 30 minutes past 10:45 a.m. or 11:15 a.m. Pilar reported his departure time at 6:48 p.m. While that is 3 minutes over his scheduled departure time, the system will only adjust the departure time when it is reported 15 minutes or more after the scheduled departure time. A document will be provided that explains in more detail how billable arrival and departure times are adjusted when actual arrival and departure times differ from scheduled times. Select the Post button control to export these transactions to the Accounts Receivable, Sales Order Processing, Payroll, and Accounts Payable modules in Dynamics GP. As presented in the overview audio video, the new release includes a time checker application in the cloud component of schedulePros that continuously polls the patient's schedules and sends text message alerts to schedulers of those caregivers that have not reported arrival times within 10 minutes of their scheduled arrival times, an indication that those caregivers have not yet arrived at the patient's homes and may be running late. When a patient's schedule is flagged for a non-arrival, a text alert is composed in schedulePros and routed to tropo.com, where it is then sent to the schedulers. Perform the following steps to enable this function. Verify that patients have firm commitments from caregivers in the days scheduled for patient care. Open the call-in processing dashboard and select the button to refresh the requirement schedule in the cloud. Select the button to activate the time checker. This is an application in the cloud that continuously polls the patient's schedules and reports any non-arrivals within 10 minutes after the scheduled arrival time by sending text message alerts to schedulers. That's it. The call-in system is now activated in the clouds. This concludes the audio videos that provide an overview and training on the use of new features in Release 4.05.06 of schedulePros.